All right, welcome back. This is TV3 News. And remember that after this segment, we will engage you on the telephone lines. Yesterday, Media General had a very special program here titled Fixing Ghana. And we're not talking about your perspective, not the perspective of the experts you heard, Dr. Ishmael Norman and Manasseh Azuri Awuni or any of our guests yesterday. We want to hear from you what your perspective is regarding how to fix our country called Ghana. But let's talk about a very special thing that's happening. And you know that around this time every year, the graphic business and also Stanbic Bank will always have something special coming your way. Your usual suspects are in Mr. Theophilus Yate is the editor of the graphic business, and also Mr. Kujolabi, he is with the Stanbic Bank, is head of communications at the Stanbic Bank. And my two seniors have joined me, so this is where I behave. Actually, seniors, welcome. Good morning. How are you doing?
Thank you very much.
We're ready for another party this year. Yeah. Sethu, give us a bit of a background, a back-end story, why we consistently do this every single year.
Okay. We have been privileged, if I say we, Graphic Communications Group, have been privileged enough to find a worthy partner in Stanbic Bank.
Right.
So we decided that we will take thought leadership as something very seriously. So we'll put it on the front burner. Every quarter of the year, we'll discuss a particular topic that we think that should be at the forefront of the national discourse. So that is what we've been doing for the past years.
Okay.
And it's been happening every quarter. So this is the second one for the year.
I see.
Yeah.
Mr. Kujolabi, good morning. How are you doing, senior?
Big man. I'm very fine, sir. Thank you. And how are you doing, man?
Alive and well. So, unfailingly, the Stanbic Bank has been, like Mr. Yate said, a worthy supporter of all of this. What's in it for Stanbic Bank? Why are you interested in thought leadership at all?
So, thank you very much. I think that's what you normally say, right? Thank you very much. The most direct answer to the question is that, I mean, society thrives based on ideas generation. So this platform has always been the occasion and opportunity to bring to the fore issues of critical national concern, where we talk about it, we come up with issues and then possible solutions on the way forward. So for example, this year, I'm very sure most guys out there have dreams of a kind.
Right.
And somewhere in there will be having a prosperous society, them succeeding in life, and all those things that we all want. Your conversation yesterday and throughout this month and on other channels, right? You notice Ghanaians are complaining. And if you separate it from the political element, what you're actually hearing people say is that there are services structures that are not working.
Right.
How do we get it done properly? We live in an era where you and I wake up in the morning and the first thing you do, most likely, is to touch your phone. So your world is digital. We have arrived, that's where we are. The future is here already. What is it? Digitization of society and so on. So this year, or this time around, we've decided that let's focus on this new world that is already with us.
Okay.
We are in it, and can it help us solve our problems? So if we say digitization, is it the key to unlocking the Ghanaian dream? That's what we are talking about.
That's what you're talking about.
Deep down in there, I know everybody has or would have yearnings that he or she would believe can be tackled or solved.
Right.
Can digitization help us do that? You and I know what has happened in the area of a simple thing like acquiring a passport. I grew up at Osu, for example. I think I try to remember the house number, but today as we speak, a number of our homes have been put onto a digital platform or a channel or a place where you can have access to those things.
Right.
The large number of Ghanaians that we say we don't get to bank with the banking sector, for example, is there any way we can get in touch with them? You know, all these areas that you look around to help us to be closer to our people, whether through the direct means, which appears to be more costly, or through the digital world. Would it help us to solve our problems? I guess that's what we are trying to talk about.
I see. Mr. Yate, you edit the graphic business. Increasingly, you see companies like Stanbic Bank talk about digitization. You see where we're traveling. You sift through the stories and decide which one makes it to press. What for you are the other salient issues that in our drive towards digitization and the growth of our economy and our people and our space are central?
I think that you cannot pick and choose. Every aspect of it, of our life revolves around digitization. So now, some years ago, when you traveled outside, you marvel at the way people use the Google app and are able to locate where they are going and all that. Now it is happening here. Now you go to the remotest, you are driving to the remotest part of anywhere in this country and you are not worried, even if you have not been there before. For me, that is something that is really transformational. You take what the Lands Commission is trying to do, so trying to use digitization to make it easier for you to register a land and all that. These are things that, if you look at us as a nation, we are way, 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 way behind. In terms of if you are looking at global standards and where other countries are. So you cannot, I don't think that you can pick and choose. Because every part, banking, was talking about banking. COVID made it now possible for us. Now, even if it was a dream, now it's possible. Now you can sit in the comfort of your home and do your banking and do everything, do your transactions and everything. Some years back, it wasn't possible. I'm sure he himself, not he, I don't want to personalize, but the banks can tell you now that the number of customers, the active customers they've got now through digitization was not possible in their 20, 30-year lifespan, within maybe 2 years or 3 years.
I see.
Yeah.
Now we know the problem. So, Kojo, then we know that people put special folks together, resource persons, and they say they want to have a thought leadership program. It ends up becoming a talk shop. I know yours is totally different. What are we looking at to achieve by the close of the thought leadership program that you want to have? And who is going to make it possible? The guest in there.
We got somebody from academia. We have somebody from the tech industry, one of the guys, one of the young sharp guys in there. And then there's also somebody from the ministry.
Okay.
So the idea is that you have those who, the one practicing, those who encourage us to think, in quotes, then have the ones who would be part of policy.
Okay.
It's not about talking and finishing, but when you have generated an idea that, hey, people talk about Internet of Things, it means it's here.
Right.
If you hail Uber, it is here. You are part of the digital economy. So just get awareness done or deepen it and then take the next steps in terms of, for example, the one who is already practicing, there's a chap from Haptel who is already in that world. Okay. He's telling us of the good practices, recommending things that we all can follow, and then help to expand the economy. The simplest thing that happens is that, as Theo said, all of a sudden we realize that, we are already in it. Just all got to do a bit more to arrive.
Okay, so we know who is coming, but where are we having the party, as I like to call it?
Who is coming? I must add that the minister will be the Minister of Communication.
Honorable Esla also.
Yes, she will be around. She will be there to give the keynote address.
So.
It's taking place at the Labadi Beach Hotel, the Omanye Hall, on Tuesday, 8 o'clock. We've taken off. Yes.
Tuesday the 15th.
Tuesday the 15th, yes.
Is it open to the public, strictly by invitation? We're in COVID era. What's the gig?
Strictly by invitation because we're in COVID era. But it will also be shown live on our, digital platforms and also on radio. We'll have it live on Joy FM.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Joy FM and Joy News.
Okay. Kojo, closing thoughts. Tell us, what should we expect overall from this? Because every year you keep changing and giving us something special. This year, what's the banger, the magic word?
So all I'm going to say to you, my brother, is that when you hear the word digitization, don't be frightened. We're just saying that that's the new world we are in. That's the new norm. So long as you keep doing things digital, using your phone, hailing Uber, calling your brother, checking which location your brother is at the point in time, you are in the Internet of Things, and we have arrived. Just that we got to do a bit more. So don't be frightened. That's a new way to go.
I see.
Embrace it, and that's the way forward.
Embrace it. Mr. Yati, closing thoughts, finally.
I think that, like you said, for me, he said something which I found very profound. I mean, we wake up, the first thing you do is to look for your phone. You sleep, the last thing you touch is your phone. I'm sure if today, just for the sake of our conversation, you are to be isolated, one thing you request for is your phone.
Right.
What does that tell you? It tells you that your whole world is digital.
It's revolving around it. Yes. Thank you very much, gentlemen. That's Mr. Kojo Labi. He's the head of communications at Stanbic Bank, and you should be banking with Stanbic. It's important that you do. We're having that conversation, the Thought Leadership Program, on the 15th of June at the Labadi Beach. It's the Omani Hall, and it's strictly by invitation, but it will be beamed across the internet, and you should be part of active society. We're talking digitization. That's where we're going.